SalesNexus is a unique combination of CRM, marketing automation, business analytics, and lead generation, all in one easy-to-use system. So with most CRM options, you choose first your CRM, and then eventually you realize the marketing capabilities within the CRM aren't sufficient, so you need a marketing automation add-on. And then you realize you need an add-on for business analytics, and you might need another one for lead generation. And oh yeah, for sure, you're going to need a consultant to come in and help you set all this up and manage it, because you don't have time for that. All the while, you're paying for these entire systems, but you're only using a small amount, these little represented by the little yellow dot here. With SalesNexus, you get all of these capabilities in one easy-to-use system, which vastly reduces the complexity, reduces the risk that you won't use what you're paying for, or that you won't be able to make things work together properly, and it significantly reduces the cost. So here's an example of that. For a team of 10 people with SalesNexus, you might expect to pay about $14,000 for the first year, and that includes one of our implementation programs to help you get everything set up initially, create email campaigns and dashboards and things for you. So you spend your time selling, we help you set it up, and then you have one flat cost for the subscription going forward. With Salesforce.com, you have the subscription, and then eventually you want to add that marketing automation on. So the subscription goes up a little bit, and then eventually you want to add the business intelligence, and the subscription goes up a little more. And oh, did I forget to mention, if you want somebody to actually respond to your request for support on the same day, you got to pay a little extra for that. So that's represented by the orange here. And then as far as consultants, you're going to need a lot more of that, because they're hooking together multiple different systems and training your team to use multiple different systems. So you're going to spend a lot more money and time there as well. A typical Salesforce implementation for a team of 10 people is going to cost about $45,000 in the first year, versus with SalesNexus, you get it set up and you get busy selling, and you spend a fraction of the amount and a fraction of the time. SalesNexus is easy to customize for your unique business. You can see that this system has been customized for our business. So everything that matters to us is front and center. The salespeople don't have to go drilling around looking for it. Here's an example of somebody in the healthcare business. So you can see they're tracking territories and financial information. Here's an example of somebody in the hospitality business and continuing education. They're keeping track of things like exam dates. All of this is super easy for you to do. You don't need consultants. In fact, you can learn to do it in SalesNexus by just watching a couple of very short videos and get it done for your business in an hour or two. And then your salespeople don't have to go hunting through tabs and screens for what matters. They just point and click and enter that vital information about every one of their customers, which means they end up entering the information more often and keeping it up to date, and they use it more often. And then you can see down below we have a history of all of our interactions with this customer. So notes about meetings and calls, emails that have been sent, and you can see here, I can see this email was opened where others were not. Here's an email that was clicked on. That's pretty powerful. Now when I call that customer, I can reference the content that was in the email that they clicked on, because I know that matters to them. Also, with SalesNexus, all of your regular emails are going to get archived too. That means the emails you send through Outlook or Gmail or whatever email you use, automatically. Most systems use a plugin for this, which means the user has to remember to do it. With SalesNexus, it happens automatically. You just click the link and open up the email in your mail program, whatever that is, Outlook or Gmail, and you can see I have the complete email just like it was still in my sent folder or my inbox, and the attachment that I can access. And this works even for emails that you weren't copied on. So when your salesperson sends an email with a proposal and then a week later you need to see it, you can open it up. Okay, so just day in the life of a salesperson. Let's say I want to reach out to Jeff here. So I want to log that I made a call to Jeff. So let's see how that works. So now I can put in from a list of the things that you do repeatedly what this call was about, and then type in notes about our conversation. And then the system prompts me to create my follow-up. So whatever we said we're going to do next, I'm going to call him in a couple of weeks. So now that will appear on my calendar and task list. And all of this activity drives sales reports for management. Reports about how many calls were made today, this week, this month, how many of those calls resulted in qualified opportunities, how much money's in the pipeline. Those kind of things are all driven by just a salesperson taking care of business and reaching out to customers. Now, let's say that Jeff here tells me that he's not going to be ready to buy until the beginning of next year. Well, rather than just forgetting about him, which is what happens most of the time, I'm going to put him on this automated email campaign. So he's going to be getting emails from me automatically for the rest of the year, even though I'm not really worried about him. These emails will go out completely automatically, even if I haven't logged onto the system at all for weeks. And you see the click notification here. So I can be notified when he does click on any of these emails. So if he gets interested sooner than he told me he was going to be and starts interacting with our emails and watching our videos and downloading our white papers, then I'll know that. I'll be alerted in SalesNexus on my task list. You can see here on my task list this click notification. So this is someone who just got an email from us, a completely automatic email that I didn't actually send, and they clicked on it. Now I know it's time to give them a call. And I know exactly what to talk about when I make that call. So SalesNexus is a powerful way to stay in front of more customers without a lot of extra work, and focus on the right customers at the right time. SalesNexus allows you to put the right content in the right place at the right time. Each individual customer receiving the right message based on their needs. So, as your customers move through the buying cycle from awareness to education to engagement and then decision, SalesNexus is automatically sending the emails that are going to be most relevant and interesting to them. And then automatically your sales team is alerted anytime there's a click on one of those emails so that they can make a call. And the sales team has access to the appropriate script so they can ask the right questions and say the right things. And this all takes place automatically without anyone on your team responsible for moving lists back and forth between multiple different systems. It's all in one system and it happens automatically. So let's take a look at how this works. Here's a dashboard of leads that we've loaded into our system recently. So I have a list of leads that I moved over from Lead Ferret, and then here's a list of leads from a trade show that we did recently. So let me click on that link and access that list. So here's all those contacts from that trade show. So now I want to do something with that list. I'm going to put them on a campaign. So I go up here and hit Add to Campaign and select the campaign. Here's an ongoing series of emails that stretches out for a couple of months. So when I click Current Lookup and Add to Campaign, it's going to schedule all of these emails for all 92 of these people, and it'll be completely automatic. Set it and forget it. But you can see also that I can turn on click notifications for all of these emails or just specific ones, so that my sales team will be alerted when there's a click, either by a notification within SalesNexus or an actual email that they could receive on their smartphone with the customer's contact information. And I can define who will be alerted, define specific salespeople to be alerted in different situations if that's relevant. So let's take a look at how we can then take that very powerful capability to nurture leads and allow your salespeople to respond quickly to any engagement, and add to that with further automation. So we're going to go look at the analytics for a campaign that's already been running, where we'll have access to all the data about who's been sent the emails and open and click rates and things like that. So here's a list of all of my recent campaigns. So let me click into one of those campaigns here. And you can see, if I want to just grab the list of people that have clicked on that email, clicked on the emails in this campaign, I just select that list here, and I'm going to get that that list, and I can take that list and delegate it out to my salespeople if I want to in a couple of clicks. But what's most powerful here is, if I want to, I can say, if someone has clicked on the emails in this campaign, I want them to automatically be switched to a different campaign. So we have a really powerful campaign that shows them a video. So I want anybody that clicks on these sort of lead nurturing emails to automatically get that that great video that people love. So I set that as the second tier, and now they're going to a second campaign automatically when they click on the first campaign. So with SalesNexus, it's real easy to link these campaigns together and completely automate your funnel. But what's also real easy is creating the emails to send out. So here's an example of a nice HTML email. You can see you have a WYSIWYG editor where you can do all the design right here in SalesNexus. However, you can also design outside of SalesNexus and just paste the HTML in. That's no problem at all. You can embed videos and do all the things you would need to do. And then also, you can create real simple emails that look like a salesperson sat down and wrote an email for that customer. And you can see I can mail merge in any of my fields from my database into those emails, so they'll be personalized for each individual recipient. So with SalesNexus, everybody on your list is getting the right email at the right time based on the actions that they've taken, and each email they receive is personalized for them individually. Dashboards are essential to any CRM, and with SalesNexus you have the ultimate flexibility in your dashboards. With most systems you get some predefined dashboards that are designed to be sort of one size fits all. Problem is, your business is unique, and what matters to you is different than what's going to matter to the next business. So with SalesNexus, it's easy to tailor your dashboards around your specific business and metrics. So you can see I have some basic stuff here, like just graphing number of calls logged by salesperson, or how many leads have been qualified by those same salespeople. Graphs on sales opportunities, new leads coming in, etc. But I can also have status on leads based on unique things. In our database, we have a unique set of sort of dispositions of a new lead that our salespeople enter into the system. Now I can look at leads coming from a specific source based on those dispositions. That's something that with most systems you would need a consultant or a programmer to set up. With SalesNexus, it's easy. Also, I can go in and customize my own dashboards. So if I want to make some changes to some of these dashboards, I just pick one, and maybe instead of doing this dashboard by sales stage, I want to do it by salesperson. I can select specific people to include or exclude and hit save, and boom, that change has been made and it's live. And another neat little trick, if I want to make sure that Deborah sees that same dashboard, I can just push it out to her. So real easy to customize these dashboards around any of the custom fields that you create in SalesNexus. And then another neat little trick, if I want to see the list of leads that were qualified this week, I just click that little link there and there's my list. So I can drill down into the actual data and start looking at these actual contacts very easily. And all of this is out of the box with SalesNexus. Every SalesNexus customer gets 500 lead ferret contacts every month. That means if you have 10 salespeople, each of them can go to Lead Ferret and get 500 new contacts every month. You're getting 5,000 contacts in your industry every single month. So let's imagine that you work with healthcare companies. I'm going to put in that SIC code, and then let's say we only want to work with companies that have 50 or more employees, and we want to work with people at the VP or C level. And there's my list. 12,000 contacts to choose from. And you can see getting full address, phone number, and email addresses, and social profiles when they're available. Now let's say that you work with printing companies. So I'll put in the proper SIC code for printing companies. And let's say that you want to talk to the folks in the marketing department at printing companies. We'll do that search. And now there's my results, 22,000 results. Now I can cherry pick these and select individuals to transfer to SalesNexus. Or I can just say, I want them all, and transfer all of them to SalesNexus. Or maybe I just want to take my 500 for the month off the top of this list, and I'll come back next month and get the next 500. All of these contacts are now transferring into SalesNexus with their email addresses for me to put onto email campaigns.